Good morning, Miss Mona. We're so
Morning,
excited.
Fran.
I have my Mona back again. I'm
Actually,
so
I'm going to
happy.
say to Fran, Habari za Asabui,
Thank
which
you.
is
What is that?
good morning.
Oh,
How are
good.
you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you for asking.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
gosh. So I know a lot of you already know this, but our Mona left us and went on a mission, and she's going to tell you all about where she was and all of her great experiences. But we missed her so much. But I'm so happy I have my friend back. So Mona and I have been friends for pretty close to 40 years.
Yep, yep.
That's a long time. We raised kids together. We watched our hair grow gray together. All the good things,
We
right?
worked at where else together,
We
and we
did.
started toll painting.
Oh, that's
That's
where
where
we
we
met.
met.
I
Fran hated it.
I did. So a very professional toll painter one time told me that I was a constipated painter. That didn't help my love of it. I did not love toll painting.
We know it's not true because Fran's so talented at everything, but
Not that. In fact, I don't think I have anything left that I told. Oh, it was not my best. But
that's
we're not
okay.
going to ramble on about that because we're so excited. Miss Mona has brought a small sampling of some things from her mission. So I want you to tell us all about it, Miss Mona.
Okay, well, in a few minutes, I can't even begin to tell you anything much about my mission. It was amazing. I just want to say at first, when I first got my call and it said Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, I honestly had no idea where that was. Figured it was in Africa, but I didn't know for sure. But I did know three of the most popular places that people love and know about Tanzania: Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the highest freestanding mountain in the world. So there's higher mountains on mountain ranges, but it is freestanding. And then the plains of Serengeti, which are the most beautiful. Um, we've talked to lots of people that have been on lots of different safaris, and there's just something about Serengeti and the plains and the acacia trees, all of that, and all of the animals. It is a most fantastic place to visit. And then Zanzibar, which would be like kind of our Cancun. A lot of the Europeans come and stay on that island. And so those are the three places in Tanzania that really a lot of people know about and don't know it's in Tanzania. So, but so I didn't know. Anyway, when we got there, I was actually quite nervous to fly into a place that I had no idea about. Um, but the second I got there, I realized the people are the friendliest, kindest people in the world. We were never treated anything but like royalty. They were so good to us and they loved us. So
Of course
it
they,
was, yeah.
well, because you're lovely people. Although I have to tell you a funny story. So when Mona came and told me she was going on a mission because she went with her husband, one of my other employees,
Lynn.
Mr. Lynn, was also going on a mission. So I told Mona, you go home and you tell Roger that he and Tanya, which is Lynn's wife, could go on a mission so that I could keep him. Roger is never at a loss for words. He
was at a loss for words.
he says, Mona, Fran does know how that works now, doesn't she? And now Mona is back working with us, but kind of more as our special events girl and kind of filling in. So now she's my call girl. So I told her, don't tell Roger that though, because he won't let you hang around with me anymore. But let's show him some. Look at, can you see
Okay.
Miss beautiful Mona's dress? Look at this. Tell us about how they do clothing. Oh, I'm going to show him this one too.
So there are very few women in Dar es Salaam, and I'm not going to speak for all of, Tanzania, but the women wear dresses. And some of that may be because of the heat or just because that's how they're most comfortable. They do lots with wrapping. Like I have these little wrap here, and they'll just take something like this. Isn't this beautiful? This is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's really
Isn't that
pretty.
beautiful? I just got it on a beach in Zanzibar for $4. Anyway, they'll do a lot of wrapping. I know you can't see that, and they'll do one on the bottom and one on the top and one over their hair. And they always look beautiful, and they can put any color they want to together, and it looks so good. And the best part is with the humidity and the heat on their beautiful skin, they just get a little glow on their skin. And I sweat buckets of sweat. And so
and they're just beautiful with it because it's what they're used to, right?
they are just beautiful. They are beautiful. So I just wanted to show you some of the fabric that they have there, because the African fabric is really different, unique, and wonderful. And I actually didn't learn a lot about it while I was there, but I did after I was looking for today. I learned some interesting things and found out what I had and didn't have. So real African fabric started in Indonesia, and it's called waxing. And they wax, they get gray cotton, 100% cotton, and then they wax it, and then they start dyeing it. And so that's when you get,
beautiful is this?
like, I don't know if you can even tell or not. Okay,
That's
this
beautiful.
one.
And it has a little stiffer feel to it. A little, and is that because of all the waxing?
All the waxing
that's on it? Okay.
So they crack the wax, is what it said on the, and then they re-dye. And so that's how they get, and I didn't ever see the process. Hi, Mary.
How are you doing? Mary was having a few difficulties with our plastic bins in here.
But this one that is a print from Africa, if you read Orientar, it's made. This is made in China.
Oh.
So they got me, but they're selling it in Africa. But this is made.
Oh,
so I have some pieces, and it's the same on both sides. So here's a really good one. This one is an African, and it doesn't matter if it says guaranteed to be African print. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is. But if you can see, this is the same on both sides. And that's one of the ways. So buying real African fabric online is really rough, because you don't know if you're really getting
African
real
or not. Would there be any way to know?
I don't know, unless you get a reputable somebody that you're buying it from, that you trust them.
Okay.
Here's another one. I love this one.
Oh, this one is so pretty.
It's not so pretty.
Oh, I love that.
And see, it's the same on both sides.
Look at that. Wow.
So anyway, this
is a nice feel.
And it has a nice feel.
It does.
So when you get it, and it feels good. So here's one. This is the worst example. Here's one that is not. And when Fran feels this, she's going to go, oh my gosh.
Oh, golly. Oh, right?
Yeah.
Oh my good. Yeah, that's almost like a paper feel more than a fabric.
That is exactly what it feels like, is paper.
Yeah.
Instead of fabric.
Oh, what could you do with that?
Well, the Pugu tie lady makes the most fabulous ties out of this kind of.
Ties.
She uses any of these fabrics.
Wow.
But and then this is, so these two are also not real. And one of the reasons you can tell is this one's a little softer, but you can tell by the feel, and it's not the same color on the opposite side.
Oh, interesting.
So that's one of the ways you can tell.
Oh,
see?
Look at that.
So it's printed more like our fabric is printed.
Yeah, look at that.
And it's not supposed to be, if it's really the wax.
Oh,
whatever.
that's a big difference.
So you can tell the difference on how it feels.
Look at all of these beautiful
So
prints.
those are all, and this one was given to us.
It's okay.
My gray hair.
Or hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't that
This
fun?
was given to us as we came home, and that's a big deal. If they like you at all, they'll. And so I brought home so much fabric.
Oh.
So, and fabric there is about $2.40 a yard. And you have to buy it in either 3 yards or 6 yards. You don't get to pick 1 yard or a half a yard or anything like that.
Are they doing their dye process in those lengths, or is that just what they want to cut them as?
That I can't tell you, but that's what you find. You find them like this over
1 yard,
racks,
3 yards,
and they're
or
either 3 or 6.
Oh, just 3 and 6, no 1 yards.
No 1 yards.
Well, because if you were making a dress, you would need at least 3 yards probably for a full dress with those beautiful full sleeves.
For sure. For sure.
Maybe 1 yard for a small child.
And I think most people buy, so it's 15,000 shillings, which is $4, $5, $6 for 3 yards.
Wow. Don't get any ideas, so guys. In America, we can't.
Yeah.
We don't do that
So
here.
anyway.
I think we should do the 3-yard, 6-yard rule.
Oh, okay. Well, a bolt of fabric's going to go pretty quickly if we're doing that.
And just for fun, these
Oh,
actually
look
were
at
made by
these.
women that were in our branches there. And these are batiks.
Look
And
at
so
those. Can you see those, Miss Liz?
I think we
Okay.
can, yeah.
Look at these.
I thought this one was, this could have
Oh,
had to have
that's
taken her a really long
Oh
time
my gosh.
to do that one.
To do all those different colors, because there's pink, corally pink, there's gold, there's blue in there that you can't see very well, and then the black that's the background. Wow.
So anyway,
look at those. I'm not a purple fan, but look at that.
They found out
Wow.
I liked fabric, and so then I would get calls. It's like, Sister Lo, we've made new batiks. And so I'd go, and it was one way that I could actually buy things from them and not just give them money, which you have to be careful on some of that because you're not helping people. Anyway, and so these are fun. I just brought these home for tablecloths, and it has these Tanzanian words here, and it says, the glory of God is eternal.
Oh.
That's what this one says. Oh, sorry, Fran.
That's okay.
This one says, may God grant us patience in this world and in the hereafter. And I was hoping we didn't have to have patience.
Wait a minute. You mean this lesson that I'm learning down here on patience isn't going to carry over? Oh, no.
And that's the one thing in Africa. If there's an atheist, I did not find one. There's lots of Muslims and lots of Christians, but everybody believes in God somehow. They get to him in a different way.
That's why they're such beautiful people.
And that is why they'll better personality. We did not figure out what that one meant, but that's what it translates into.
Okay.
And this one says, I live positively. I don't want conflict. Politely. I'm sorry. Politely.
I love this one. Could we just blow this up and make our world
be
do
that
this a little bit and be that? Know. Yes, please. I would like that. They're so fun, and they're so different feeling than what we're used to feeling here. The fabrics are different. I think that would make gorgeous quilts. I think you'd have to be very specific in how you use those, because you wouldn't really want to lose some of the big, beautiful designs.
I'm thinking more bags, that they'll be really pretty in bags or something like that.
So where you could really see a good part of it.
So we'll see.
Gorgeous fabrics. But we have lots of other stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to hurry quickly here. But so our wonderful Maasai people, and here's a picture of Maasai, and they really are the very last tribal, what do you call them, warrior tribe left. And they are very proud of their heritage, and they wear, and no one can really tell me for sure. First they told me the Scots came over and converted them because they wear a lot of tartan looking plaids. But then I've also heard maybe that's not true, but they used to wear skins, leather all the time, and until I think the 60s, and then they started wearing. And they wear red is their favorite color because it blends in.
I like them.
Fran likes them. And they're just these large pieces of fabric, and they pull one over one side and tie it this way. And then they get another one, and it might be a different fabric, and tie it the other way. And then they'll put one over. And that is what they wear.
That's their clothing.
There ain't nothing else underneath it.
Oh, be careful. If the wind blows, look the other way, right? Oh, that's really pretty.
But all the different, and I have a whole bunch of different, and they do use different colors, but red is the most popular because it supposedly the animals were a little more afraid of it. Maasai warriors, to be a warrior, the young men used to have to kill a lion to be a warrior. And so they don't do that anymore.
Good.
And I have the name of the person. I have no idea. But a man, Dr. Leela Hazza, and maybe it's a woman, I don't know, because Leela, whoever it was, convinced the Maasai that instead of killing lions, they needed to preserve them because they figured the lion would be extinct. in so many years if the
Continue
killing,
to
yeah, just like the
kill.
rhinos that people, it's ridiculous that they kill them. But anyway,
Elephants
so
for
now
their
they have
tusks.
become the protectors of the lion.
Oh, nice.
So we don't know how this person talked them into that, but it's awesome.
It is
But
awesome.
in Dar, these warriors, they guard the parking lots. So they help you park, and they watch your car because they can't really survive. There are still lots of villages out. By Serengeti is where mostly they are.
Okay.
But a lot of them, and they will not go to school. They hate Western anything. And so they've really maintained. And so I just want to show you really quick.
Oh my goodness.
They love the beading stuff. So these are Maasai sandals.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
These two?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a ton of beadwork, if you can see on here. Morning, Laurie.
Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous?
And they're dirty because I wore them there.
As you should.
And I'm going to wear them here, even if people think I'm crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. If I had, they'll be asking you where they could purchase some. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And you have to tell them the neat story
and
about
then
this.
There's a little place called the Blue Herring that and it's actually a lady that is Swedish and no, from Switzerland and Germany. Somehow her family is there. And she's come to Tanzania, and so she hires a bunch of people to come and make things in the shops. And so I saw these shoes in the shop, and I loved them. Like, look how cute that
this little tie with
goes around the top. And they didn't fit me. So she took me over to the workshop, and the man traced my foot and measured over the top. And the next week, my family was there visiting, so my daughter Lynette and her family picked these shoes up for me the next week.
They're so pretty.
And I can't wear, and these are another thing that I got there.
And these look like the Buy Annie Clement bags, you guys. Look at how cool these are.
But see, you need to put the beadwork on, because the Maasai love the beadwork. Love, love, love the beadwork. And I bought this necklace. Oh, and this bracelet I bought from a little Maasai girl as I was going into Serengeti, and wear it a lot. That's the Tanzanian flag. And I bought this necklace and wore it with a dress. It matched so good. And a Maasai lady saw me with it. She goes, "That is not a necklace." Only she didn't say it in English. So I finally figured out, she took it off of me and fixed it. It's a belt. So just so you know.
I think it's a beautiful necklace. And nobody over here would know that. You could wear it here as a necklace.
I'll still be wearing it as a necklace.
You should be wearing it as a necklace. I love this.
So the soapstone is a big deal, and it's beautiful. And some of them are painted. I just really love the soapstone.
Pretty. And baskets. Oh my goodness, Miss Mona. You have to see these beautiful baskets.
Okay.
I'm going to come around.
Can you get the rest of them?
Yes, ma'am.
So the people there, they can tell you where the baskets come from. Every village has a different look. And so, anyway, this is one. It opens.
So what is this made out of?
It's corn. The corn husk.
Oh. Wow. So that's beautiful.
And my favorite place to go was this little U-shaped little shopping place that was just a bunch of women that had baskets. And I have some of the most beautiful baskets. I didn't even kind of bring some of them. And little coasters, everything. But like, look at this one. This one's from Zimbabwe. We had to take a missionary home because she was sick. But even the lid just fits so
snug and tight. It's a good fit. That's not going to just pop right on off.
And then they use anything. I think these are to make bracelets, necklaces. Wow. Anyway, it was and you think I shopped and bought things the whole time I was there, but no, I didn't.
That is not true. Look at how
not
cute.
At all.
And it's got its own little.
Yeah, it just opens. But it's beautiful.
Look at that.
Beautifully made.
Isn't that pretty?
Even just this little basket.
They take such pride in their workmanship. Look at how pretty they are. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love these. So
there is a school where girls that are orphans go to school, and it's it would be considered a high school here. They call it a secondary school. And I hope you can see these without the shine. Maybe I'll take it out.
Okay.
They make these cards as a fundraiser. And one of the places that I ate at, they would sell these, trying to help them. And we lived in a place by the embassies in Dar. So we lived in a very nice place. We had great restaurants.
Look at that.
But I don't know, can
Real
you
close.
see
Real close.
Yep,
Look
they
at
can
that.
see.
Look at that.
the paper
It's
folding,
just
whatever,
beautiful.
is it origami that they probably did? And some of it's fabric.
Wow.
Anyway, these are just little cards that they make, and then you can write a note in it.
They're
So
so pretty.
anyway, I loved all of that.
So fun.
Okay, so my really just quick, I took Fran's beautiful quilt in the back. I have that quilt. And so I took Afternoon Delight with me and thought, it's a 12-month and I'm there 18 months. I should be able to
You were busy. You had other things to do.
And Liz says she just saw these someplace on an organizational thing. I found these little folders in Africa. They're just lightweight and plasticky.
Oh.
And jacket folders.
Oh.
I can set my project in there. It holds it firm.
Those
and
are
then
nice.
I can take it around. If there's little pieces, I don't lose the little pieces.
And everything's there.
And
for you to
everything
work on.
stays in one place.
Nice.
It's not a big anything. And I use these a ton.
Nice.
And for paper organizations. You know how you have 2 or 3 papers and you put a paper clip on them? Well, this you just, and then they really stay together. I love these. So I've got to see if I can get them here.
Nice.
So I actually got 10 months done.
Good job, Miss Mona. Good job.
Of this. And one day I had some time to cut some fabric. So I grabbed my roto cutter, and I hadn't used it for a while. And as I picked it up, it had about 1/4 of an inch of rust on it. And I didn't know that they would do that.
So is that just because it's so humid there, or
it's so humid there?
Wow.
Like I probably didn't age in 18 months.
Nice.
My skin, I know, it gave me an itch. But I sweat a lot, so.
Wow.
Just a really cute story. I taught piano lessons, and I'm not a great piano teacher, but I knew more than anybody there. And there's a program called the Harmon Program that the people actually donate keyboards to people they can take them home and have lessons. So I had like 8 students, and I would go early in the mornings on Saturday to teach piano. And I had a student named Robert that I didn't tell him he could take piano lessons. He just started coming every week. And he'd go, Sister Lo, you're sweating, or you're crying. And I'd say, no, I'm sweating. It was so hot in there with the keyboards. And anyway, so then I noticed it was starting to be cool when I got there. And Robert came to his piano lessons 1 hour before I came so he could turn on some fans and air conditioning and cool the room down so that I wouldn't sweat during. And maybe that was for his benefit, not mine, but I think he did it for my benefit.
I think he did it for you.
And anyway, so the people are so wonderful. They would do anything for you, and it was a wonderful experience. And here's our last gift that we got, and this may make you shocked, but if you're us and you've been to Africa, it would be So one of our friends told us that he wanted to take a picture, and he took a picture of us. And then a couple of weeks later, they called and said, we have a present for you. Come and get it. And we got to their shop, and they pulled out this picture.
I think it's so good.
And I told Roger, I didn't know if I was supposed to cry or laugh. I wasn't, but we just smiled and said, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And then we had somebody the other day that saw it, and they said, oh, well, that doesn't really look like your husband, but it looks like you.
No, Roger. I think I could tell who that was.
But anyway, this is a prized possession of ours that we love so much. And my oldest daughter says when we die, this is all she wants. So.
And such a tribute to you guys for them to do something like this for you, because honestly, that's that's a huge I love you. It
they don't.
really is.
They
That's
only
huge.
worry about 3 things: what to eat, kind of what to wear, and where to sleep. But you don't see homeless people there. I don't know where they go at night, but they don't lay on the sides of the roads and things like that. You just don't see it homeless like we see homeless here.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a friend. He's trying to get married. Are we out of time? Probably. Okay, we're trying to get married, and they still do the dowries. They pay a lot of money when they get married to the family of the bride, and then when you die, they spend money that they don't have to have a really nice funeral.
Oh,
and it is interesting, and they're very respectful of elders. If they have a father that left them 40 years ago and never had anything to do with them, but is sick and needs money, and he contacts you, you give him, even at the peril of your family, you give him the money that they need.
Wow.
So the customs there are really different. They don't live for, like, we plan and save for a week or a year or a month or whatever. They live for the day. So we have this friend, he's trying to get married, and he was trying to earn money so he could pay his rent for a whole year, so that they would have some place to stay. And he goes, and I said, well, what about food? And he goes, well, someone will always give us food. Aww. But I need to pay, so I have a place for my bride to stay. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's interesting. I have a bazillion stories that you don't need to hear, but it was the most wonderful, life-changing, experience. And I could go back, and we may sometime there even. I know Fran gave me a look.
I would let her. I was really worried about Miss Mona going, because this woman is such a tender heart. She just cares so much for people. And I thought, she's going to go over there and she's going to see this suffering. She's going to see how much these people need, and it will tear her heart apart. But you know what? It really didn't do that to you.
No, because they don't act.
Mm-hmm.
This is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have something bad happen, and if you believe in God, it's like you wonder why God is cursing you. They feel like it is a gift from God so that they can learn something and become better people. They don't sit around and commiserate or feel sorry for themselves. Wow. They just don't, and they'll ask you for money. They'll all ask you for money. And if you tell them no, you think here we would be offended, or they wouldn't dare talk to us again or whatever. No, they act like nothing ever happened. But they have nothing, so they'll ask. But no, we were never threatened. Nice. We never felt scared. Nice. Anyway, it was an amazing experience. So
I might let her go back again, but not soon. I got to have her here with me for a little while before I let Roger take her away again.
No, we have to see our grandkids,
yes,
and do some things like that. But but it was every day we were useful. We felt like we made a difference in people's lives that sure just wanted a little love and attention, and because they get not much.
Yeah, and you would be so good at that. We thank you so much for sharing all of this beautiful stuff with us, Mona. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go to Mona's house one day and see
all my stuff.
All the stuff. But I appreciate you bringing all of this, sweetheart, and I'm so happy you're back. Thank you.
I love you, Fran.
I love you, sweet girl. Okay, I think we're finished then. Yeah. So, until we see you next week. So one little thing I do want to mention, though, we are going to be closed on the 20, what are those dates, Miss Liz? We're going to go and do a retreat. 29th and 30th of this month. We're going to go, all the stuff that can go, we're going to go and do that. So we'll send out something a little closer to that time as well, but just kind of, just so you kind of have a little bit of a heads up about that. I work with the most amazing people here. Well, I could say ladies, but now I have Lynn back too.
It's
so
right.
I can't just say ladies. I have to say my village gang. And so we're all going to take off and go spend some time together, except not Mona. Mona's going to Hawaii. She gets to go. She's like, Fran, like,
pick a different day.
I know, but we'll do it again.
We'll do
it again, definitely. So until next week, remember that 5 and 10 rule again. Smile at people and say hello. Take care of yourselves. Do something extra special for yourself this week and give everybody you love a nice hug. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.